talking a lot in this 30-day Project Me about the different health types, about the different ways that each one of us on the planet is showing up in our lives. So every single person, every single body on the planet has a really cool purpose, and not everyone knows what that is, which is a bit of a shame. And more people are finding out every single day what that is. So it's really exciting to be a part of that, about personalized health, about actually assisting people to find out what their natural genius is, to find out why their body does what it does, to find out what dis-ease there has been in some people's body, and then rectifying that. So a lot of the conversations we've been having about personalized health has revolved around the foods that we eat, which is super cool, super important, but there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more individuality that actually comes through personalized health that would be really cool to talk about today, and it's mainly going to be on the topic of Crusaders, because I am a Crusader. If you don't know what health type you are, I'll put a link in the comments, so just find the link and then you guys can find it out for free. It's like a 3-minute quiz. It's pretty fun to do online. Angie has just asked me, for parents with a little Crusader, how was I as a kid? Oh, great question. Okay. Me as a kid, I asked a lot of questions, and they generally were why questions. So I wanted to know why things were built the way they were built. I wondered why people did what they did, like why? And it was so annoying when someone didn't actually answer my question, because I knew there was a reason why they did it. But then what I later realized through later parts in, my development, I'm just going to clean my camera because that looks really fucking dirty, is I figured out that people actually don't know why they do what they do. And so that fascinated me even more. So as a kid, yeah, you too, Angie, that's awesome, because Angie's an activator. So that's super interesting, because we're super curious people. And there's actually a few things tendency-wise, because obviously we've got 6 main categories in personalized health. They're just categories to assist our minds to compartmentalize and explain to us what's actually going on at an epigenetic level. So with Angie and I, we've actually got a lot of similar tendencies that actually come down to our genius. So there's 360 numbers on the wheel that help to classify how minds work, but then it goes even deeper than that, and there's like tiny little strands that we each individually have that actually makes every single person on the planet totally unique, because every single person on the planet has a different combo of all these different traits and things that are available within our human species. So it's super interesting. So awesome question, Angie. And me as a kid Crusader was definitely about asking the why questions, and then curiosity, massive curiosity. Oh, another question, love it. What could my parents have done to support me as a Crusader, and how curious and other ways that I was curious, and how could they have supported me as a Crusader? Whew. Answer my questions. Now, Google was not around when I was a kid. I know that's kind of now showing how old I am. Oh, how young I am. Hee hee. Hi, Cam. And literally when I was a kid, it would have been nice for, rather than getting the response of just because or because, to actually get the truth. So as a kid Crusader, it would have been really nice for my parents to just go, hey, for my kids to just go, my parents to just say, I'm actually not too sure about the answer about that. However, how about we go to the library, we look up an encyclopedia, which, yes, that's what we did, or to invent Dr. Google in the backyard. But these days, like, I would definitely say to parents with kids, kids with parents, parents with kids, both ones, is to actually answer the kids' questions and answer as honestly as you can. If you don't know the answer, do not lie to them. Crusaders have a really amazing BS meter, and they will know. So do not do that. Other ways that I behaved. Yeah, yes, and I still have a good BS meter. Thanks, Maya. And a huge heart, totally. A Crusader asked me yesterday if they could eat a vegan diet. What is important for me nutritionally? As a Crusader, and for my current health conditions, it's not great to go vegan. I used to do vegan a few years ago, and people on this side of the wheel, where I am, on that side of the wheel, it's not so great for us to have a no protein diet or a very vegan based only diet. Dr. Cam at Your Genius can actually assist a lot more with that, and his team there. We have just we're not built to be vegan, unfortunately. I tried it and I just did not do very well on it. Like the brain fog, the fatigue, the not being able to do like anything more than just plain basic yoga. Love you, big heart too, Erin. And literally not being able to function in a continual, steady mind, intense job. It was more like I felt flaky, almost like as a being. And yes, I'll get to that, Cam. That's awesome. I love it. Thanks for contributing, Cam. Because literally my digestive system wasn't working properly. And what Dr. Cam has said straight from the horse's mouth in Australian Personalised Health, he's got the way we eat protein is important. It needs to be digestible, which is so true. Like my protein, whether it's from meat or it's from it's mainly from meat that I get it from, like meat or seafood at the moment that I get it from, that it needs to be part digested. In that way, it would be like a slow cooked lamb or like a stew or something that has actually taken a while to cook the food so that by the time it gets to my mouth, it's already started to be broken down. So then it's easier for my digestion. Meaning, like, why? Because I love answering these questions. Why is because mineral absorption specifically, but like mineral vitamin absorbency of our insides doesn't work as well. So therefore, if it's already partly digested meat, then our physical systems get to digest it well, which is awesome. And sometimes a small break from protein can be a good reset, but not a long-term thing. Correct. So at the moment, I'm here in Mexico doing detox retreats and assisting people with their detoxes. And we had a Crusader here only a couple of weeks ago. And the Crusader detox is 2 days of non-consecutive days of low protein and low fat. So that's 50 grams of protein and only 20 grams of fat in the whole day. And that's only 2 days out of a week, non-consecutive. So that's actually what is specific for my body as a Crusader about what I shouldn't and should eat on a detox day. So it's so interesting how like my body actually needs a break in a very different way to another body. So for example, a guardian who's on the other side of the wheel in the health type in personalized health, they actually need to go on broths, like vegetable only broths, for 10 days to 14 days straight. So different. If I tried to do that, I think I'd probably pass out after maybe day 3, maybe earlier, because my body just wouldn't be able to handle it. If I don't eat carbs, like my brain just does not function. I love it. Here we go. And Cam's dropped in and he said, our brain is super busy. He's a fellow Crusader. Love that guy. So it shuts our digestive system off. Correct. Because we're like, little computer brain, big computer brain. And then digestive system just goes, hey, buddy, you need to go into parasympathetic nervous system. You need to calm down. You need to get into the zone so I can actually digest. Because oftentimes we're in more of a fight or flight response, which is our mental capacities are like so amazing. However, that doesn't allow a lot of blood and circulation and all the good stuff to go towards our digestion. So he has suggested separate heavy work with food. Need to keep them separate. Will help maximize our slightly weaker digestion. So true. The days for a Crusader to have a really hearty breakfast, oh my God, the satisfaction I get from that, to actually have like my proteins and good like dense carbs with regards to maybe like sweet potato with some egg and maybe some greens on the side or something like that. Those days I function so much better. Like I know this morning I was just a little bit lenient with myself and I had mainly pawpaw or papaya, how some people say it. And I had like some hemp seeds and some nuts, like some pistachios. And I had another fruit in there somewhere, but it just wasn't dense enough. It wasn't hearty enough for me to be sustained. So only a couple hours later or an hour and a half later, I had to have like a decent meal. And that was fish and veggies, chopped up veggies and greens. So way better. Our brains need it. Otherwise, there's like tension that we tend to get in the back of the head. It's not so fun. So thank you so much, Cam. It's true. Got to look after our digestive system because it's linked straight to our head. What's Angie got here? What do I need? What do you do fitness-wise? Do you like group activities or more personal goals? What kind of exercise is good for the Crusader? Boom! Angie is on fire with the questions. How cool is that? Okay, so for Crusaders, we actually require to not do competition. So when we are like 12-week challenges and competing with others, not so fun. They can try, but they generally won't get the satisfaction and the dopamine rush, which is what they're actually seeking, or what we seek as Crusaders. Even if you know it or not, dopamine is your dominant hormone, and if you don't actually get that dopamine hit, then it's not as satisfying, and there's not as much oomph, yes, achieved type feeling to it. So for Crusaders, it's really important for us to actually do fitness to our own goals. So for example, with me at the moment, I'm doing a self challenge, and that is to run. I've got like a spot here in Mexico that I'm aiming for. I go out in like a really safe area, don't worry mum, and then come all the way back, and I measure myself. So I'm timing it on my phone, got a stopwatch, smashed it by minute 10 the other day, so pumped with myself. So that's literally how we do our own fitness, is it's to ourselves. It's to make sure, like, it's not against other people, it's about ourselves. And then actual, like, the specifics of fitness is running to, like, a metronome beat of 120 BPM is perfect. So that actually allows our mind to get out of sympathetic nervous system, chill, start to go into parasympathetic. You're moving from beta waves to theta to alpha, and you're changing the whole system of what your body's actually doing by going into that rhythmic motion. Crusaders are also known as horses. So imagine like riding a horse. Doo-dum, doo-dum. Oh, it's so good. That is how we chill. That, and then also lightweight, low rep. Yeah, so that's our fitness jam. Hey Zoe, what's up? Hey Will, hey Daniela. Oh, socially, good question from Angie. She is on fire. Socially, what do the people closest to me need to understand about the Crusader? Whoa, to help prepare them for relationships with me. Okay, just as I get a message from one of my clients, genius. Okay, so my future person, what do they need to know about me? They need to know that it's okay that I'm focused. They need to know that when I'm in the zone of completing something, to let me complete it and not just try and distract me or tell me about a story that is just for the sake of telling me a story. My future partner will definitely be someone who speaks with purpose and can speak my language. A lot of my life is about speaking others' languages, and it's really super cool when someone speaks my language and we can just converse in that way. So that's really cool for them to know that. Oh, this is like kind of awkward, Angie. Way to make a girl cringe and blush all at the same time. So my future partner would need to know that me as a Crusader needs to be getting up early and going to bed fairly early. So we're talking anywhere between like 5:30, 6:30 in the morning, and going to bed around 9:30, 10-ish at night. And I would be always following my passion. My passion and my purpose will come first. And sorry but not sorry, but you will come possibly around 5th in the line-ish, because there's changing the future of humanity that comes, and I have a very big purpose for my life this time. So my curiosity will always be driving me, and my purpose will always be driving me. I have a lot of missions that I'm fulfilling this lifetime, so those are really important to me. And I will always be exploring the insides of my mind and expanding my mind and evolving myself and evolving those around me. So they come around next in the priority list. So I would like my partner would be self-evolving and evolving themselves and evolving around their life, like the people around in their lives. So yeah, I would say that they would need to be like purpose focused as well, and hopefully running on a horse alongside me, because otherwise we could be definitely on purposeful planet on the other side of the planet. So yeah, that's probably a bit of a nutshell. There's probably a lot more, but we'll start with that. Thanks. Oh, good question, Ange. So good answer, Marz. And understanding our inner language is super important. It's so super important. Yes, Daniela. Like the mind chatter of a Crusader that does not have their drive and purpose on point, knowing where they're headed, is ridiculous. So the Crusader mind can act a little bit like a diplomat, but like untamed, in that their mind can just go round and round in circles, like doubt, fears, any sort of like shame or guilt can creep in there too, but mainly the doubt, like, oh, is that quite right? And like, no, like not getting my answers, like I'm not getting the answers to my questions, and like, oh, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? That is a Crusader that's unbalanced. And when a Crusader gets into their balance, they are much more driven, much more focused, like, ready, here I come, get the hell out of my way because this is happening. And I say it with love, and yeah, it's amazing the difference. Like, even in the last few years of going from like, what's my purpose? What am I going to do with my life? To going like, yeah, I'm here to change humanity and let's actually do this. Let's roll up our sleeves and get it done, is a very, very different energy, different feeling. So knowing the inner language is super, super important. Working long hours are actually enjoyable to me, and not to be labeled the workaholic. Exactly. Yes, Angie. So literally, Crusaders out there, it is okay that you want to work on your stuff, because it actually doesn't feel like work. As long as there's not someone else trying to interrupt you all the time, you will actually love what you do, and that is okay. Your focus time generally, like for a general Crusader across the board, like, is generally all day and all night. So it's okay if you want to work all day and all night, because it's actually natural for you. It is not natural for all health types. Some health types should only be working a few hours a day, and then the rest of their day they're better off connecting with people and having chats and connecting and sharing. So Crusaders, we do it different, and that's okay. So if you're a Crusader, it's okay to be you. Sounds like I want a Crusader as my future partner. I have been thinking that, Daniela. Like, I have been thinking that. Yeah, we can talk about that offline. That was my next question. Your best daily schedule that puts me in flow. Yes, that is how I get in flow. To be able to function at my best, to be my most productive and efficient, and to be powering through what I'm here to power through on the planet, being in my daily flow and following my genius to a T allows me to, in the morning, like 7 till 9 is my productivity and planning time. Then I get into like my quick, accomplish, get that dopamine rush early in the morning time. Then it goes into focus. Then I need to start doing organizational things. Moving into collaboration time between 11 and 1. And then in the afternoon, I have like 3 different versions of focuses, whether it's like, get out of my way, the next couple of hours, I just got to focus on this task that's very repetitive, or focusing on a task that really needs me to like strategize and think about how all the different ways and how we can make it happen, visionary stuff. And then I've got creative time late at night, which is like 8 till 9 p.m. So all day, every day working, I'm okay. I'm okay with that, especially when it's something fun. Like this week we presented with Facebook, like, life is pretty freaking awesome. So no complaints here. Like, there's always cool stuff. Clint Morgan. Hey, Clint Morgan, are you online? Cool beans. Thanks for joining. Great job, Marz. Super informative. You're welcome, Angie. Thanks for the questions. Thanks. Thanks for being so open about Crusader stuff. You're welcome, Daniela. Anytime. I am happy to ask and answer any particular questions you guys have. Life of a Crusader is like got so many parts and pieces to it. As you know, this is just my version as well, my perspective of being a Crusader. And I'm sure if we chatted to another one, it would be slightly different again. My priorities in life will obviously change. So priorities are very important with a Crusader, because everything is a priority list. My to-do list, I think I counted the other day, is 36 pages long. So at the moment, it's a matter of prioritizing them up and down, up and down. So my life at the moment, those 5 things I listed earlier are the current priorities in my life. However, you know, in a few years' time, maybe I've got kids or things like that. Like, things actually move. Priorities are flexible and they'll change and move up and down, up and down. So that is where I'm at with my Crusaderness at the moment. So thank you so much for everyone's questions. And just saying, Crusaders do have big hearts. It shows up different than other people. I know, 36 pages long, and I actually think I added to it today. I haven't subtracted from it in a couple of days, so I've got to get onto that. So literally, other health types are more about the, oh, let me hug you and it's gonna be okay, and like, oh, I'm just gonna hug you until it make you feel better, and like mama bear hugs, and like, that is awesome. And sometimes people want that, and some people want like the logical, rational thinking side of things, and that's generally where I come in. So if you want like a curious and asking question person to assist you to be enlightened in your own life, then that's generally a Crusader or a Centaur that can ask you those logical, rational questions to assist you to get through some talk therapy and like flip a mindset. And then Crusaders care. Crusaders still have massive hearts and give massive hugs as well. We just do it different. So, and that's okay, because every single person on the planet is different and every single health type is different. So love who you are, own who you are, and I'm not really here to tell you what to do, so I'm going to go love myself and own who I am self. So yeah, I got to scoop, but keep it up. Love these videos. Oh, love you, Daniela. Cool. Love you too, Angie. Love everybody. Have an amazing day, night, wherever you are in the world, and lots and lots and lots of hugs and kisses and love in the Crusader way. And peace out, homies. See ya.